Alright, what we have here is a Whelen Power Air horn and Whelen 690 strobe kit. Right here is the 690 kit for the strobes. I do not have the Power Air horn right now, as the customer did not want that option to be installed yet. He wants to wait for a later date. But I did put in this main harness the speaker wire and the trigger wire for a future date when he wants to do that. All I have to do is put the horn in that empty space there, connect the speaker wire, and connect the trigger wire for the horn activation. So it'll be a lot easier than running more wires and everything else. He knows he wants to add it, he just doesn't want to do it right now. Here's the 690 box, Whelen, for the strobes. Here's a rear harness. I have two cables in there for strobes. They go out the floor, go underneath the cab, along the driver's side frame rail to the driver's side tail light, and then that's where they branch off, and then the other cable goes to the passenger side tail light. Same thing up front. This one's going to go up the floor, go along the bottom of the cab, along the driver's side frame rail, up to the driver's side corner strobe for the corner strobe, and it's going to shoot across the front of the bumper and go to the other housing where the other strobe tube will go. Right here, this harness will go along the floor to the B post underneath the floor, and you notice the wire loom stops. That's because this section of the wires go underneath the trim panel, and I'm not sure how much room is under there exactly, so we just left it off so you don't have to fight it. This is where it'll branch off for the switches. I have a power for the switches in here, and then I also have two other wires that are going to trigger the relays. Continuing on, let's back up for a second. This will branch off at the driver's left knee, and then it'll continue out underneath the dash out through the firewall, and this is where it'll connect to the battery, and then this continues down. Excuse me. The speaker wires in here, and then I also put in here two wires for aftermarket fog lights. There's a power and a ground in there for those, and that's where those are going to connect in. And those will run along through this harness here, and then one of the two relays there will run the fog lights. The other is going to trigger the strobes. Probably don't need it for the strobes, but the extra little security there is not going to be bad, just to help the load if they're on for a long time or not. This kit right here, be able to install this in a couple hours. I already put the strobe tubes in, so now all I have to do is run the strobe wires. I was just waiting for a couple extra parts to do that. So anybody can get this kit if they're interested in it, or any variation of something like this. I do ship out to anywhere in the United States. I can make a kit, like I said, I can make a kit like this or do something a lot different. Just message me if you have any questions about anything that you may have questions on, or you may want me to do. So, alrighty, thank you for watching.